Hey, so today I'm doing something exciting. I think this is an important tackle tip for all anglers. We're going to be learning how to tie the FG knot. It's the strongest braid to leader knot, however, it can be very frustrating if you don't know how to tie it. The first step to the FG knot is taking your line coming off your rod, which would be braided line. You're going to put it in your mouth, and you're going to let your rod swing away from you while it's still being on the floor. Just like this. This will create tension in your line and allow you to tie the FG knot. Okay, so for the purpose of the video, this is going to represent the line going to your rod to act as tension so I can tie the knot in front of the camera. When you would normally do this, you would have the rod leaning away from you and you'd sit down. And I'm still going to hold this section of the braid. So this is going to my rod, and then this up here is coming into my mouth to act as tension. Then I'm going to lay my leader material. I'm right-handed, so if that helps with the hand positioning on this knot. I'm going to use my left hand. I'm going to come over the braid with my leader. I'm going to pinch just like that. So this is the tag end of the leader right now. I'm going to then go under the braid just like that. Then I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go under this side of the braid, grab it, pull it tight. Every wrap, pull it tight. And I'm going to do this about 20 times. And a good rule of thumb on this knot is the lighter the leader you're using, the more wraps. So if I'm using like 6-pound test, I like to use around 24 wraps. Alright, so see how it's kind of forming here? So remember, we're going to come grab over here, pull it tight, pinch it, grab under the braid right here, pull it tight, grab under, pull it tight. So after you have as many wraps as you think you're going to need, the next step is going to be to tie off the knot. So you can take this braid that was going in your mouth and release from your mouth. You still want to pinch and hold the knot in your 2 fingers. That's really important in this step. Then with the braid around, see how I've got a little bit of leader material like the tag hanging off, and this is my braid over here going to my rod. I'm going to take the tag end of the braid that was in my mouth, and I'm going to do a half hitch around the braid and the tag end of the leader. A half hitch is a simple, see it just like that, just a simple half hitch. And I'm going to keep it pinched. I'm going to keep my fingers pinched for at least the first 2 half hitches I'm going to tie. And you want to countersink the half hitches. So if you go one way, you want to go back the other way. This creates a square knot and it makes it a little stronger. So I've got 2 half hitches on it. Now I can pull it off, and I can even take the tension off my rod here. So you see you've got your knot, right? Next, you can wet it in your mouth, and you're gonna pull it tight just to check to make sure everything's kind of good, that it's gonna hold. After you've done that, and this is, you're tying a couple half hitches after the wraps, just to re-clarify. You're gonna then, so this is the tag end of your leader. You're then going to clip it after the half hitches, pretty short to the braid. From there, you're going to have a little bit of material on your tag end, and that's what you're going to use this leftover braid that was in your mouth for. So you've got your knot trimmed, you've trimmed the leader material tag end off. You still have some braid left over that was in your mouth, and this tight line is going to your rod. This is going to go to your bait. This is your leader. So in order to cover up that little bit of material you can't clip all the way off, you're going to actually tie a few more half hitches, just like so. Yep, and it's kind of hard because I'm doing it like one-handed, but I think you guys will get the point. And you're going to use these half hitches. See how I'm making sure it's right on the top of the knot there? Pulling it, and I'm making sure it's covering that leader material. So I want the top half here to be all braid. I don't want to see any fluorocarbon poking out. and that is going to allow it to come straight through and smooth through the guides. And that's kind of why the FG knot is such a good knot. I'm going to trim the braid now after covering up what's left of my tag end from my fluorocarbon or leader material. And this knot, as you can see, is very skinny. It casts very well through your guides. This knot casts very well through your guides, and it's basically like a Chinese finger trap. It's only going to get tighter the more you fish it. Honestly, I've never had a break on one tied right. When I got into tying the FG knot, I made a few mistakes occasionally, and I'd have a few pull through. But once you figure out how to tie it perfectly, I promise you this leader knot will never break.